that's not normal. Now that I'm not wearing them and I no longer get these issues, I'm just like, that was not normal. And I didn't really notice this as much until I stopped wearing them. Hey guys, Celine here and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I no longer wear braided extensions. So, fake hair, the ones, I'll place them up here. I was an avid braided extensions wearer. So I used to love them. I still do. I see them on other people and I'm like, oh, hair looks amazing. But there are some things that you may not have thought about with regards to what these extensions are doing to your hair or potentially doing to your hair. I really want you guys to make informed decisions as to the hairstyles that you are going to be rocking. I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there, guys. These are my experiences. I know there are so many of you who love braided extensions and they're doing your hair a lot of good. I appreciate that. So I'm not trying to put everybody in a box, right? So let's get into it. When you think about our hair strands, if we were to go to sleep on a cotton pillow and we're moving around all night, tossing and turning, this can cause friction on our hair strands and it can damage the cuticle. Okay, so I feel as though it's the same with extensions. When our hair starts to shrink and starts to move within the fake hair, I believe that it's causing friction and it's causing thinning of the hair. That's one of the reasons as to why I am no longer wearing braided extensions in my hair. We know really we should not be braiding our edges into the braiding hair, but sometimes some of the edges can end up in the braids and this can cause a lot of tension. And so, yeah, obviously that's another reason why I will no longer wear braided hair, because my edges just can't take it. The weight of the extensions was just too much. Have you ever had that feeling where you take out your braids and you just feel so light and free? And that's obviously because the extensions weigh more than your natural hair. Or that's how it is for me, and that's how it is probably for a lot of people. So because of that weight, it's causing tension, it's causing friction, it's just too much for me personally. Whenever I would wear braids, there was always more of the extension hair in comparison to my natural hair. So again, this is causing extra tension, it's causing extra weight on my scalp. So another reason, which is one of the main reasons for me as well, is just that I don't believe personally that you can effectively moisturize and hydrate your hair properly when it's in braids. Now hear me out. When you have not got extensions in your hair, it's easy to just get your spray bottle, spray with water, add your oils and your butters and whatever. It's very easy, but have you noticed that you do have to sometimes work that product in for it to properly moisturize your hair strands? So I don't believe that I can effectively moisturize my hair, hydrate and moisturize my hair when they are in braids. So obviously we know that the ends are the most fragile, the most delicate parts of our hair. So they have to be hydrated and moisturized. And so if my hair's in braids for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm just not getting that hydration and the moisture that it needs, which inevitably is going to cause dryness, which can cause breakage. Another reason is, for me personally, I used to feel like when I've got braids in my hair just always felt and looked fuller, because it is. There's a lot of braided extensions that were put into my hair. When you initially take them out, or when I initially take them out, I just felt like I've got no hair. And I didn't like that feeling because it was a deception. I was so used to having it so jam-packed with hair that was not mine. For me, I found that they were starting to cause insecurities. I started to almost dislike my natural hair. I didn't want to feel that way, but I did. I was just constantly putting these braids in. I'd have a break for a week or two or whatever, and then I'd put them back. I just felt like I need them back in. And I was just getting these insecurities that I just don't want to have anymore. I don't know. I was getting insecure with my natural hair and just felt like it wasn't enough because I've been so used to just having all of this hair. So another reason is because I was starting to get addicted to my braids. So here's a quick story. One of the days, my husband thought he would surprise me and booked a surprise trip abroad. And I was really excited. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, hang on. I haven't got enough notice to be able to let my hairdresser know that I need my hair doing, and I know she's fully booked. I was like, what am I going to do? I was panicking and actually started to think, I don't want to go. I don't want to go on holiday because I can't get my extensions in. I should not have been so heavily reliant on getting braids. I actually remember even saying, if I can't get my hair done, I'm not going. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, I was just becoming so heavily reliant on them, and that's because they were just always in. I don't like feeling as though I am heavily reliant on having braided extensions when I could just rock my natural hair. So I also don't like the fact that I used to have to like I used to have to heavily manipulate my hair before going to see the hairdresser. It was just constant blow drying and manipulation and combing and all of that. So, yeah, all of that manipulation was just a little bit too much for my hair. So, that's another reason why I don't really like to wear extensions anymore. When we get braided extensions in, a lot of us have heavy gels placed upon our hair on our edges prior to having the braids put in. These gels aren't the best for our hair. They even have the ability to block moisture. Once these gels are placed on our hair strands and we have the extensions in, and after a couple of days, you might want to hydrate your hair and moisturize it, even though you're probably not able to do it effectively anyway. But even still, the gel is coating your hair, so it's a little bit more difficult for you to hydrate and moisturize your hair strands because of the gel. So yeah, I just found as though it was just working against me rather than working for me, having these extensions in. And it was never meant to be that way. You know, I was always led to believe that braided extensions are just protective hairstyles and your hair's going to grow and you're going to retain length. And a lot of people do. A lot of people don't have any issues, but I did. I did. I think we should be honest with ourselves. And if you are experiencing problems or experiencing any of the issues that I've spoken to you about today, maybe give it some thought. Give it some thought as to whether you want to continue, or maybe you may want to cut it down a little bit and maybe not wear extensions as much as you used to. I also noticed that my scalp weren't the best health when I used to have extensions in, and I didn't really notice this as much until I stopped wearing them. Like, the extensions that I used to wear used to itch like my skin, my neck, my scalp, and I never really thought of it as an issue. That's not normal. Now that I'm not wearing them and I no longer get these issues, I'm just like, that was not normal. And even if I would wash the extensions, it didn't make a difference. You know, they were just itching my skin. My point is, it shouldn't be. I shouldn't have anything in my hair that is causing skin irritation. Complacency really did kick in, and I really started to detest the amount of time it was taking to do my natural hair, simply because I was comparing it to the amount of time it would take for me to style my braids. So, wearing extensions, I just felt different. I felt different because I looked different, obviously. You know, when you get your hair done and you're like, oh, you just get that feeling, you know, that boost of serotonin and you're just feeling amazing. That's great. And I want everyone to feel that way. But for me, I was feeling that way, but it was like a false sense of security. It got me on a high, but then taking the braids out got me on a low. So I didn't really like that. It's almost like I felt like I had a different persona when I was wearing extensions, like a different personality. Even though like I felt more confident, but it was false confidence because that was not my hair. And I didn't like that feeling. I liked it for a very long time, but then afterwards I had to check myself, like, why am I feeling so amazing in the braids and then not as amazing without the braids? That for me was an issue mentally, and I didn't want to have to keep going through that. So yeah, it is what it is. Whatever it's made out of, it's not good for my hair. Like, not knowing the ingredients in something really irks me. I didn't really put much thought into it before when I used to wear the braids, but I do know they have got chemicals on them, and I know that they're chemically treated. I know that they're made out of certain plastics. I'm getting an irritated scalp. That's not acceptable anymore. If they itch my skin, if they irritate my skin, that's my body telling me there's something on them that my skin does not like. Because now that I don't wear them, I've noticed such a significant difference. I'm just into more of a holistic approach to hair care, skincare, and I just feel as though there's just more to life than the aesthetics. I really hold health in such a high regard, whether it's internally or externally, and I really want you guys to do the same. Like I said to you before, I'm not trying to persuade you to not wear them anymore. I just wanted to bring about these points just to provoke some thoughts. That's all. I want you to really think about your health, anything that could be affecting your health in a negative way. You know, if you are experiencing breakage, thinning, losing your edges, itchy scalp, itchy skin, all of these things are not good for you. So if you choose to wear braids, I'm not here to judge. I would never judge anybody. It's not how I am. Each to their own. I just felt like making this video anyway because these are my experiences, and I've just noticed some amazing positive changes in my hair since I stepped away from things that aren't natural and no longer serve my hair. Please do leave your comments because it's really good to get other perspectives on this topic, and we can have a discussion about it. If you have any questions, let me know and I will get back to you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Peace, love and blessings to you all, and I will look forward to seeing you all again in the next one.